Mo Peach 3 over Michael Ruffin.
Yep.
Bruno Caboclo's
I didn't know
debut.
you just get to list off all of these.
These are the greatest. These are the B-sides, man. Bruno Caboclo's debut.
You're supposed to draft one, man.
Sam Mitchell saying, I got guys in the locker room who have 0, 0, 0, 0 on the box score. Classic.
This guy's just doing every moment that's remaining.
Matt Devlin, Wale.
Yo, you're breaking the rules of the draft.
Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Wim Liu. I'm joined by co-host Alex Wong. You're listening to the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway. Alex, we're in a different place right now, man. I don't recognize this studio.
Yeah, man. They invited 3 Chinese guys to a factory. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. It's early.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, we're
Guangzhou, man.
We're here in Atlanta. You know, fresh off. You know, I'm fresh off the plane. We already made a visit to Publix.
Yeah.
Shouts to Publix, and we're here at the Classic Factory.
They got the order wrong, but that's okay.
With one of the members.
Wait, hold on. I'll do the intro, but first, before we even get to the guest, Can you show the fit that you pulled up in?
Yeah. So I'm looking like. I'm looking like. I mean, what did you say to me when I got off the plane and you picked me up at the international terminal?
You're dressed for Magic City already, man.
Because for the audio listeners,
you got track pants on.
Yeah, I got track pants, a little leopard print fleece going on.
You got a leather jacket.
I heard a lot of snow came down in Atlanta this week, so I wanted to come here and dress warm.
Well, yeah, you're dressed. You're being warm.
So
in the
I'm here
for sure.
I'm here. So
anyway, we are, as you mentioned, right here at the Classic Factory.
Classic.
And we got Tas Melas here. There's a little intro that I wrote in the 5 minutes that we were preparing for this. Co-host of No Dunks, proud Torontonian. We've seen this man dancing on the Bathurst Street Bridge. All right, it's not Popeye Jones over here. It's not Fred Jones. Not even Paul Jones for us. We're talking Basketball Jones legend. All right,
nice segue.
Tas, thanks for being here. Thanks for having us, man.
I am honored to be with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the factory the next 2 days.
Oh, we'll be here. Yeah.
We're actually just gonna be posted up here.
I take back my thank you.
They said it was either Paris or Atlanta, and we said, "Yo, send us to Atlanta."
That's right.
We're here, and we're here, of course, with Jerome as well.
That's right.
Jerome is with us, formerly of No Dunks.
Hello.
Jerome, what's good, man? Welcome. This feel like home to you or what?
Of course it feels like home. I miss this place. It's really nice to be back here. It's nice to see Tas. We saw Trey earlier. Shout out to our boy Esh, producing in the background over here. Esh, say hello.
How y'all doing, man?
Let's go.
Are you actually a Hawks fan?
I live here, you know?
Oh,
No. Hey, I think you need to. Esh is born in Atlanta, raised in Atlanta.
Oh, there we go.
Who is your team?
The Boston Celtics.
Big Celtics. End this shit. End this right now.
Bob Cousy fan over there.
Oh, brother.
Big Bob Cousy fan.
Big Bob Cousy fan.
No, man. John Havlicek was a problem back in the day.
Damn.
So what are we all here to do, Alex? Because you, of course,
throwing
are
it to me already?
You're the producer, bro.
We're just gonna, talk a little bit about the Raptors, since they're doing so well this season. And then because it's the Raptors 30th anniversary season, and you like you intro, Tas is a huge Raptors fan. Put together a little Raptors 30th anniversary draft. Gonna go through some moments, some players, all of that stuff. And then I know you've prepared a Toronto Raptors 30th anniversary themed basketball reference game.
We have a very special game at the end, and it'll officially decide custody of Black Dragon Roll.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that, and we'll explain the joke behind that in a bit. First, Tas, I want to ask you, how are you feeling about the Raptors this season? Like, we're halfway through the year.
Loaded question.
2 weeks from the trade deadline, roughly. I don't know if you read Michael Grange's latest, but basically,
it's the first thing he did today.
Basically, what he said was, Scotty obviously is a cornerstone. Grady is like, shown a lot. He's promising, but everyone else, their future is kind of
everyone else can go. Liquidation sale?
It could be that. So anyway, Tas, how are you feeling?
Are we ready for a 6-hour podcast? I think we're gonna take some time here.
Chill, man.
I know you guys like to banter for hours and hours. Is that cool?
Of course, man.
Just sleep here in the factory. You're gonna be doing pods all week.
Is this how Chinese workers are treated at the factory?
Careful with the factory jokes. I'm just telling you.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have to do this across 3 pods.
I haven't read Grange's latest piece, but throughout this season, of course, there are the highs, the Scotty Barnes moments, But I've just been waiting for some other pieces to play with Scotty. I mean, I want to see what Scotty and Emmanuel Quickley and RJ can do together. And I mentioned those three because of how much stock is put into them, that the trades happened like 12 months ago, and we really haven't seen games. We haven't seen enough games for them to really dictate how good they're going to be together. So Grange may write that, but I think it hasn't been seen that Quickley isn't one of the linchpins. Like, he could be.
He just hasn't played. He's only played, I think, 9 games so far. First year of the 5-year deal. But, you know, we know that he can be a quality player when he plays. I think RJ's had a nice year, but as Grange pointed out, you know, he could ask for an extension this offseason, which could get a little awkward because he is the leading scorer on the team. He's played really well.
Yeah.
Yes.
All within his rights to get the extension. But again, if the team doesn't deliver results, it's also hard to like splash a bunch of money and like commit long term to this group. But, you know, what about the young guys? You like Grady?
Yeah, I think here in the factory, I won't mention anything else about the factory. That's the last time.
Where we work 12 hours a day. Yeah.
No, I have been the highest on this team when they are somewhat healthy. The fact that they are playing ridiculously hard defensively a lot of the times. But I just want to see all that top-end talent that the team has invested in. And that Quickley 5-year contract was paid early in terms of how much he showed in the NBA. I say that, but I'm optimistic. I just want to see him and Scotty. You know, you see Scotty out there and be able to facilitate as much as he does. I have faith in him and the other guys to be able to make it happen when they're healthy. So I know that's an excuse. And Quickly really, you know, he was a great player off the bench for the Knicks. And the short run that he had as the starter for Tom Thibodeau didn't go all that well. So I know people can be negative about him and wonder why this 5-year contract happened this past offseason from Masai. And that's fairly reasonable. But really, we haven't seen game 1 when Garland injured him, unfortunately, and sort of got under him there. And, you know, there was a little NBA conspiracy here on this show because 2 years ago he was poked in the eye in Toronto.
But that was Gary. That wasn't IQ. IQ wasn't even anywhere near Toronto at that point.
Right.
Yeah,
that's totally right.
Go scratch the Bucks.
Go scratch Torian Prince, man. Come on.
Listen, I took I just was reminding myself I took the over before the season for the Raps.
Yeah. Oh,
Will
man.
did too.
Yeah,
Will
you and me
did too.
both, man.
I think they were at third. It was like 30.5 wins. Right?
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
taken the over on the Raptors for 20 straight years. Yeah. Just hopelessly optimistic.
Somehow still a reliable source for the Raptors.
Yeah, well, you know.
I don't feel like it's a dumb idea. Do you feel terrible about that one? Obviously, you don't.
I think you guys probably made that pick under the guise of the concept that they were going to be healthy. Like you were going to see all of their players.
What was the over? Like 29 and a half?
Yeah, 29, 30 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw them as like closer to a 500 team, I think.
They could still do it. They could still get over the 30 and a half.
Win team, yeah.
They could still get there.
We got some nice results recently.
Far-fetched. Yeah, it is a little far-fetched now. As we record here, when you guys post it right away, right? So
oh yeah.
It's January 23rd. No, I do worry.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm not worried at all. I have faith in this team.
No, I'm stressed.
I still have faith in this team.
Yeah.
These guys, the way they play for Darko, even though sometimes the systems aren't that great, they play extremely hard. And I just want to see the top 4 at the very least.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm asking.
I think it's the last couple of weeks here, like they've stabilized a bit because they were bottoming out like crazy. Like it was like we gave up 155 one game. The next game we come home to Toronto, we gave up 31 turnovers. It was like the most points they ever gave up in a game. Then it was the most turnovers they ever had at home. And then the next game they lost by 54, which was the most points they ever lost by. And it was like, you just can't have that as 1 week. You just can't bottom out that badly. Like, there's got to be some level when you already have some pieces. And like lately, you know, they beat the Celtics. You know, they beat Orlando.
Yeah.
You excited about that? You know, be traveling queen, your boy.
Yeah, we're traveling Queens today, man.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're dressed like one right now for sure.
Yeah, you're an Orlando fan. I remember you from the banter.
So
pod.
I had Orlando on my in list for my in out, but they're actually out now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why is that?
The Detroit Pistons are in. Yeah. I keep trying to find a new team in the East to bandwagon.
You
So.
just want the most blue collar team in the NBA.
Yeah, I got sick of Orlando. Yeah,
Wow.
of their blue collar. So I moved on to the Pistons because Kate Cunningham's having a great season. So
Wow.
yeah, and if the Sixers ever get it together, I'll put the Sixers back on the in list as well. So
Okay.
Oh, so Grady is non-touchable. Sorry,
Yeah,
last
you
thing.
can't touch Grady.
yeah,
See, the thing is, Grady shouldn't be the air quotes number 2 guy on a good team. And the fact that Masai came into the season with the idea that Barnes, Emmanuel Quickly, and Barrett as a distant third, that was the plan. So Grady, he would look great as a 4th guy.
Yeah, he's looked good this week.
He has this week, yeah.
he's looked great this week. This is your 2024 Raptors.
This is why
25 discussion.
You know what? This
Holy.
is why it's hard to talk about the Raptors this season. Because
Yeah.
me and Tas are pretty optimistic about the team.
Damn,
but-
too optimistic.
yeah. You know what though? They are coming around. I think obviously they'll try to make some smaller trades happen. Lots of options. They can take on salary. They can move some pieces around. They can hop in on the Jimmy Butler sweepstakes as a facilitator. They're just dying to facilitate a trade. But as of right now, with most things Raptors, we focus a lot on the 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
Because-
What a segue.
That was a great segue.
Yeah,
I was
this-
wondering why you were staring me
Yeah.
dead in the eye that whole time. When you listened to the I was like,
This is what we do. And honestly, we try to have a good time regardless. That's the thing. If the Raptors are not winning,
Yep.
we still try to have a good time. And
man.
so, Alex, man,
You are
30th
doing it.
anniversary draft. What are we doing here?
Raptors 30th anniversary draft. So I came up with 7 rounds. We're going to be drafting 7 different things. And as usual, the guest goes first. So
Oh,
Tas
very
gets
kind.
the first round pick, gets the first pick in each round. Will, you go second.
Okay, thanks.
And then I'm the loser who has to prep at least 3 things in each round. 'Cause
Well,
I go
you-
last.
Yeah, you love the third pick.
Yeah, I love the third pick. So let's do this. Let's go. Let's talk about better times. So round 1, we're drafting our favorite moment from the championship season.
Oh,
And you can't say the championship.
I love the championship
You
season.
can't say the championship. So Tas, you're up.
Well, you're very, very kind to allow me to go first. And I'm going to be equally as kind and pick something which I don't think
Oh,
either of you would pick.
wow.
After they won in Oracle and the game was over and the arena was filled, okay, not to the brim, but it was pretty much filled with Raptors fans
Yeah.
singing "Oh Canada." It got me. It got me right in the heart, and that's what I'm picking. Maybe I'm
love
being
that.
Okay.
somewhat selfish because I left Canada and I felt like they were one of me. I was one of them, and I mean, I was crying in part because I didn't get to go. I'll get to that later. I think I'm going to
No,
drive.
tell us now. Or is that,
No,
is that something
yeah, I'm
for
gonna
later?
cry later.
Okay, this is something for later.
This is a little something for later. But the fact that many people were traveling
Yeah.
to California to be there in that arena, it could never be replicated. I mean, there's so many moments that we'll talk about. But yes, just simply that. Traveling Raptors fans, traveling Queens, they were there. They were there.
I love that.
That was so I was there for 2019, and I was still pretty early in my career at that point. And seeing 3 full sections of Raptor fans, like 3 full sections of Raptor fans in an arena was just like the first time I've ever seen that. Obviously, it's the first time ever that they've been in the finals.
Yeah.
And seeing them just chant anything, they were like excited to show anything Canadian. At one point, they saw somebody from the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and they just started chanting CBC.
Yeah. Was it Devin Haru?
It wasn't Devin Haru, but it could have
Name
been.
drop my
you know what I mean?
CanCon right now.
They even saw me and they started trying to pull me into the crowd. And
Yeah.
they were trying to shout me out. I'm like, how do you even know
Yeah.
me, man? That's crazy. I was a podcast guy. How do you even know what I look like?
You're still a podcast guy.
Well, at least I'm on
I don't know
video
what
now.
you've graduated to.
Yeah, wow, okay. A real humbling moment. Anyway, yes,
saying.
I actually love that as the first pick.
Yes.
Because I thought for sure it was going to be Kawhi's shot.
Well, I think that was the expected pick, but
Yeah, yeah.
I like this. I think it dives into deeper, kind of just more personal moments for us.
Sure,
Right? We all have
yeah.
personal moments during the championship. So Will, you're on the clock.
Oh, man, you know what? I'm going to let you have the Kawhi shot, man. This could be like
I don't want the Kawhi
This
shot.
could be like Michael Jordan
you know
falling
what?
to third.
I'm gonna let Jerome have the Kawhi shot. Jerome can have the
drafting.
honorary pick.
Okay. No, you know what? Because the one I really wanted to go with
Yeah.
for my championship moment is the 26-3 run.
I have that. I had that. This was one of my
26 to 3 run.
considerations.
This is game 6 of 2019 Raptors against Milwaukee.
Yep.
Raptors had been down 0-2 in the series. They come back, they win the next 4. But that game 6 was real dicey. Raptors were down double digits. It was big in the third quarter. And then that 26 to 3 run happens. The best defense I've ever seen the Raptors play was during that stretch. And of course, the play at the end is capped off. Fred and Kyle double team Chris Middleton, who tries to go behind his back for some reason, fumbles it.
Yep.
Kyle pushes the break, leads the break. Giannis is back there, so I don't think he's going to make that layup. But he does what he always does. He turns around, sticks his butt out, and then shovels the pass, and Kawhi's there as a trailer, and he dunks all over Giannis. And it's like, it's crazy. Like, I think it was the build-up leading into it. At least with the shot for me, it was like, everyone was tense. That whole game was it was just kind of a brick fest, really, especially because we recently rewatched it.
Yep.
It was a brick fest.
Yeah, man.
That moment, and that was like the best 10 minutes I've ever had at Scotiabank Arena, was that 26 to 3 run.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Bucks series, I mean, just coming off, like you mentioned, the shot, the game 7, and suddenly they go down 2-0 right away.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, like they just had the best moment in franchise like history, arguably, in the playoffs, and now it might just be all for naught, right?
Right.
And then they come back, like you mentioned, they go up 3-2, and that game 6 was super stressful. It was man, they're gonna blow this now.
Then you
now
gotta go to Milwaukee.
now we gotta go to Milwaukee.
Right.
And at the time, like, KD had already gotten hurt in the conference finals, and suddenly, for me, like during that series, that Bucks series, when they went up 3-2, was the first time when I was really like, yo, they can actually win a championship here.
Yeah.
Because like the path is kind of open now, like
That's
depending
crazy.
on KD's injury and stuff. So yeah, I always remember that run, and that was just an incredible game.
Yeah.
Ended with like the Kyle Lowry chants.
Oh, yeah.
like, when they lifted up like the Eastern Conference.
Ernie was
what's the Eastern Conference trophy called?
Larry Bird.
Was it? The Larry Bird one. Not
no,
Bob Cousy.
It was Ernie giving the interview.
Yeah.
And he did one of the coolest things where he just paused.
Yeah.
Because the crowd was chanting Lowry, Lowry. And it wasn't like, somebody in the crowd was like trying to get them to chant that. It was just organic. It just like spread around the whole arena.
Yeah.
And Ernie just paused and he's like,
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that?
No, it was,
How do you feel, man?
it was just incredible. Like I feel like every Raptor, especially Kyle during that run, just got their moment. Like people just showed love. You know what I mean?
I got chills, and it's not just because it's below 0 in Atlanta right now.
Yeah, because we're under a snowstorm warning or something here.
All right, Kawhi's shot is still on the board, Alex.
Kawhi's shot's still on the board, and I like to swerve. So Jerome, do you have an honorary pick you like to pick?
Wow.
For the championship season moment? Because I know you have some great memories from the championship season, Jerome.
I actually went over this with Will when I was helping him go through this draft.
There we go.
And
I've traded down. Yes.
Mine was Kawhi just on a Mandarin broadcast going, Ni hao.
Yeah, she was like, "Do you have a message for the fans in China?" And he just said, "Ni hao."
Yeah.
Sorry for doing the voice.
Do
but,
you
sorry.
think?
I'm allowed to do it. No one else. Also, no more factory jokes.
My bad. I really
that's
set the wrong tone with that. I'll have to issue an apology.
All good.
No, I won't do that tomorrow. Question for the two Chinese guys and Tas as well.
Thank you. I'll do a Greek accent.
Do you
That's
think
cool.
Kawhi knows anything else in Mandarin? Like
Thank you. I'd say thank you. Maybe.
If the crack, if the journalists, if the journalist had asked a follow up of like, oh, do you have something else you want to say? Do you think Kawhi could have come up with anything?
Do you think he knows Shushu Dennis?
I don't even know.
That's Uncle Dennis.
Uncle
in
Dennis?
Chinese.
Oh, is that?
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that
Jojo
tiny
Dennis.
Dennis? Oh, you're calling him Uncle? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. My Mandarin's terrible. How's yours, Tas?
I
Heard you went to
didn't know.
Guangzhou 20 years ago. That's a
Yeah.
fact.
I was calling everybody shoo shoo. I saw on the street.
There you go. Yo.
Oh, Guaylo.
And then, he ran into
classic.
Wang Shuzhu, man. Okay, so that's
reference.
Jerome's pick.
What's your pick, man?
My pick is fourth quarter game 7 Sixers, back and forth game early in the fourth. Both teams are just bricking threes.
Oh, is this a search?
Serge Ibaka gets the ball
Okay.
in front of the
All right.
Raptors bench. Ben Simmons guarding him, does a little pump fake,
Yeah.
tosses up the three. You know that little gasp in the arena when everyone's like, "Oh man, why'd you shoot that?"
Yeah.
And then it goes in and gives the Raptors a 5-point lead.
Wow.
Yeah, I've just always really appreciated that moment. I feel like it's like a little B-side to like Kawhi's shot.
Yeah.
People always talk about Kawhi's shot, and I'm like, yo, that Surge 3, like Surge, I think Surge overall in Game 7 really stepped up.
Oh,
like you mentioned,
for
we
sure, yeah,
rewatched
for
we
sure.
rewatched the game recently.
Everybody
like,
was shook to shoot except for Kawhi.
everybody was really shook.
Yeah.
Marcus Sol could have eaten his jersey that game too with those threes
Oh,
that he was
man.
putting up. Great defense though.
Great D.
Yeah, but I'm taking Serge Ibaka's 3.
This is sick, man. So this is like this
So
is like
Kawhi's shot did not make
That's
this
incredible.
round.
that's like Nikola Jokic like being drafted in a Taco Bell commercial right now. Like we can't believe it right now. Kawhi's shot somehow just lost to the history. All right, round 2.
Round 2, we have most memorable Raptors playoff moment, but non-championship season. So Tas, start us off.
Well, I am going to go off the court as well because
Let's go.
I mean, I immediately my biggest one as someone who is young and seeing them win in New York and win Game 5 in New York. That was monstrous to win their first playoff series. That's my on-court moment. That's my on-court moment. I'm not taking
Nice.
that. I'm not taking that.
Oh, okay, word.
It's a 2-for-1 deal.
Pump
Yeah,
fake.
yeah.
Adam Silver has to walk back. He's like, oh, I'm going to the podium and I'm going to step away from the podium. All right.
Yeah, I also want to take an honorary pick for the championship run. I can't believe no one took Kyle Lowry's run in Game 6, quarter
Yeah.
one.
Well, the thing with the
That was that
championship
guy.
season is like we could do 10 rounds of that.
Yeah, okay. So let me get back to the
And
non-championship
Fred
pick.
having all those threes.
Yeah. I'm going 2014 before Game 1 of the playoffs against the Brooklyn Nets. Masai Ujiri
Yo.
comes out to address the fans.
Yeah.
He does his whole spiel. He's done. He's ready to walk off. He says, I'm going back for more.
Yeah.
Grabs the mic and says, one more thing. Fuck Brooklyn!
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild. The crowd goes wild.
Yeah, I actually rewatched that yesterday, and I watched some just random fans' videos.
Yeah.
They filmed the whole thing, and then you could see fans talking to each other. He said, "Fuck Brooklyn," and they were loving it. And that obviously, that man is a hero.
Oh
the man
my
brought
God.
a freaking championship to Toronto, and he had to be fined by the NBA for that.
Yeah.
I apologize. I saw you. I think.
What?
Did you have that ready to pick?
That was gonna be my pick. I
sorry.
couldn't
Damn.
believe it, man.
sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
I planned for other ones, but
Of
this is
course.
crazy.
No, my
Yeah,
favorite
was-
thing to that
was
is
amazing.
like the next year, Paul Pierce, I think right before the playoffs, was like, "Oh, the Raptors don't have it," and then Masai decides to do the sequel.
He's like, we don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, that one
Didn't
did really
the
hit.
same.
That
And
one
we got
did really
and
hit.
we got
Yeah.
swept. And we got swept.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce was like absolutely right.
Yeah. Paul Pierce was posting Game of Thrones memes, being the king of the North. That was
Yeah,
tough.
that's
Oh
tough,
yeah,
man.
good call. Yeah.
Had to learn
was tough.
Photoshop. Well, I mean, that was gonna be my first pick. So that is really good. But for my most memorable playoff moment, I'm gonna go with a personal one as well, because I was at this game as a fan,
Yeah.
not as media, as a
This
fan.
is not when you paid money to see the Raptors get swept by the Cavs, right? Remember when you went to
Oh
Game
yeah, I
4?
went to Game 4. Yeah. Kyle Lowry didn't play. We started
Yeah.
Corey Joseph. It was Corey Joseph versus Kyrie.
Okay, so
Irving.
not that personal.
Crazy,
Not
bro.
that personal.
Damari Carroll versus LeBron and
I
Corey
know too
Joseph
much about
versus
you, man.
Kyrie. No, this is 2016. Which is probably one of my favorite years ever as a Raptor fan. Game 5, first round. Raptors are in tough against the Pacers. Okay. And they're on the
great.
verge of losing that game, pivotal Game 5. I think they would have gotten out in the first round again. They had just won 56 games, all franchise record, everything, but they were choking again. And then, of all people, Norm Powell gets put in the game. He's a rookie at this point. They're like, go out there and guard Paul George, who he now hates with a
Yeah, who we
passion.
didn't know was going to become a rivalry later on.
Who
yeah.
he's now better than, apparently.
Yeah.
And Norm Powell gets the steal against Paul George, takes it the other way. He's so excited that he jumps from too far out. The ball slips from his hand.
Yeah.
He manages to cup it midair and he dunks it. It's like the Superman dunk, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
But being in the arena for that, man, I'm just like, oh man, like that was, I was screaming my lungs out. I remember the game ended on a Solomon Hill 3 where he made the shot, but it was still on his fingertip.
Yeah, because he took forever
Like
to
literally
shoot it.
like
Yeah.
0.0001 more seconds, and
Yeah.
that game would have gone to OT. But yeah, Norm Powell's dunk.
No, it felt like that game was over until Norm saved it.
Yeah, no, Norm really came in and like saved the season.
Yeah.
Like he really saved the season. And for hello and welcome listeners, we're going to be releasing a video of Will and Norm soon
We're talking about this.
talking
exact
about
play?
this exact play.
Okay, yeah, sick.
so free
Finally.
promo. Yeah, it's coming up soon. You
Content
got
from
an
November.
issue with management here? What do you mean finally? Yeah, the backstory is like we went into a dome. He did an interview with Norm.
Yeah.
And Jerome and I have been holding that interview until the Clippers come to Toronto. And he's been getting upset at
A totally reasonable social content strategy.
You know
by
what?
the
Let's
way.
take this. Let's take this offline, okay?
Well, okay, don't talk about it in the factory.
Yeah. So
That's how you do it.
My pick.
There's
I'm
a lot of
gonna-
stuff that gets made in a factory that gets put out later.
I got wait.
I gotta reel that in. My bad.
Dangerous dance.
I'm gonna go back to 2001. This is Raptors Sixers.
Yeah.
Second round. Game three. Vince hits
Wow.
8 threes in the first half. Ends up with 50 plus in that game, has
51.
9 threes, and this was a time when the whole team started wearing the purple headbands.
Yeah.
And it's a super personal memory to me too, because like that was the first time when I felt like the city was really excited about the Raptors.
Did you get a purple headband?
I wore a purple headband in my basement to watch all the games. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember
my
like
goodness.
attempting to do like a cartwheel at some point because I was so excited about the team.
yeah.
No, because like you grow up as a Raptors fan, and in the early start with Damon, and then the whole team kind of breaks up. They trade everybody, and then Vince comes, and there was just so much excitement during that season, during the playoffs, and of course they end up losing in Game 7. It was heartbreaking and all that, but in that very moment, that Game 3 was like amazing.
Yeah.
They went up 2-1 against, AI and the Sixers, all this stuff. It just felt like everything was possible. Yeah. Shouts to KG. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my moment. So
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
Jerome?
Oh, we're bringing Jerome in again?
Hi there again. I like that I was not told pre-show.
Yeah, my bad.
But okay. One of the ones, it's not like a specific moment, but it was just a feeling like when the Raptors, the first time around in the Eastern Conference Finals, made it to Game 6. I just remember feeling like, I can't believe we took the Cavs to 6. Like, even though we lost.
We lost
there was
that
just,
game by like 40, man.
right.
I mean, it's okay, though.
But that thing of just like we assumed defeat, and yet like somehow there was still like this caveat of like
Right.
we actually pulled it off, and we thought like this is the first step. It wasn't, but that said, like there was that feeling in that moment, and I think that general run, like getting into it. I think I was in Taiwan at the time when we made it to the conference finals, so I'm watching the games at 5 a.m.
Nice.
But no, I think that was one of the things of, especially for the We the North era of, this team actually could go far. And that was really exciting for me. Yeah.
Yeah, we debated last night, in our Airbnb, aka our draft room, apparently. Me, my assistant general manager here, but
Vivek Ranadiyev over here.
we debated Raptors winning Game 7 against the Heat in 2016. That series was so ugly, but they blew out the Heat in Game 7.
Yeah.
And then the celebrations at like Young Dundas Square, like people were like literally shutting down traffic.
There's iconic clips from that.
Yeah. People were like
still
running
iconic
across
clips.
like the streetcar. 505 Dundas was like having delays.
Yeah, I mean that's a casual Sunday in Toronto. Were they diverting to Dufferin again?
Again, we're really bringing Tas back to the mud. We represent the
here,
Bathurst
man.
Street Bridge. Like,
Yeah, the 2016 run is like interesting to look back on, just because like you talk about like the Norm moment in the first round, just all the ugly games against Miami and just like squeezing that out, and
Yeah,
like
man.
the back and forth with Cleveland. It's like a weird playoff run to remember, because I feel like there's some moments, but then it's like not, I don't know, like we made it the furthest that we had made it at that point.
Yeah.
But there was just like some really down moments too, like those 40-point losses.
40-point losses.
LeBron not worried.
Might be the only team to lose 3 straight Game 1s.
That's right.
We just used to lose
Yeah.
Game 1, like no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a.
I think franchise history, we've still only won like 2 or 3 game
Yeah.
ones. Like ever.
Yeah. Well, we
Like, I
won
don't
Game
think
1 in
it's-
the finals, which
Game
was the
1 of
most
the
important
finals.
part.
Yes.
Yeah, shouts to
Game 1
Pascal.
in, game 1 in that one random series against Washington that we finally won in the first round.
yeah. DJ.
We don't have a lot of game 1 wins still. But
Man.
anyways, next round.
Yeah, no. So many memories.
Yeah. Next,
DJ Augustine was the Game 1 killer.
No, bro.
Justice Winslow was starting center for that Miami
Justice,
Heat team.
not the Raptors 905 alum.
Yes. Classic. I thought he'd be great.
Yeah, I was big on Winslow too. Anyways, that's enough Winslow talk.
It's the 30th anniversary, and our friends at Axe are joining the celebration with a limited edition collection that's as original as the Toronto Raptors themselves.
The collection includes 3 essentials to keeping you fresh: The body spray features 48-hour high-definition scent, blending sea mist and grapefruit to keep you unstoppable throughout the day. The deodorant stick is perfect for staying confident, with a scent that keeps you smelling irresistible while showing your Raptors pride. And the body wash delivers a luxurious lather that leaves you feeling clean and smelling astonishing after every shower.
For over 40 years, Axe has drawn on body spray research and the expertise of the world's leading perfumers to craft quality fragrances and help people feel confident in their own skin.
Find the Axe Toronto Raptors 30th Anniversary Limited Edition collection at all major retailers, Walmart, Shoppers Drug Mart, and Real Canadian Superstore. But act fast because it's only available for a limited time.
Celebrate the milestone with Axe and the Toronto Raptors. Channel the freshness, energy, and unstoppable spirit of our local champions, because smelling great is always a slam dunk.
Next round, round 3, most crushing moment for you. Most crushing moment in Raptors history. Tas.
I'm making this all about myself.
Let's do it.
That's what this is about.
This is super personal.
Yeah.
Has nothing really to do with basketball, but that game 6 that you mentioned earlier, Will, the run against the Milwaukee Bucks, after they won game 4 and tied the series at 2.
Yep.
I started looking for plane tickets because I moved here into Atlanta in 2013. I didn't get to see any good runs. I didn't get to see Norm. I didn't get to see anybody with real good runs. So when they won game 4, it was official. They were playing on a Saturday night, so I could still work and then get to Toronto on Saturday. Made the dumb move of buying a ticket and then convincing myself that my friend who worked for Delta Airlines at the time would be able to get me on a standby seat, which I was. I was on standby, but I ended up refunding my ticket because I'd also just got laid off from NBA TV. You know, factoring this all in, I was on a standby flight on Saturday at 7 a.m. Nope, unavailable. Next one, nope, unavailable. And I thought, okay, number 3, it's going to Buffalo. I can drive across. Nope, unavailable. 4th one, nope, unavailable. So I made the decision. I'm just gonna buy a ticket because there was enough flights out of Atlanta.
Okay,
there was some airport difficulties, and that's why there were so many people there, and so I missed all those. But I bought a ticket at 3:30, which was fine. I would get to Buffalo at 5:30. I drive across the border, no problem. But because I purchased the ticket, I didn't actually check in. Like I was sitting in the airport the entire time, but I actually didn't check in on the flight.
Oh, because you were there already.
Yeah, I didn't
waiting for the
register to me, and I actually went to the gate, and there's a huge lineup, and it was like 90 minutes before. So I said, all right, I'll go get some Pai Wai, that's a Chinese food chain down here. Anyway, so
you could have looked at either of us for that.
Yeah, no, I had to look at you.
Why
you
me?
Why me?
He's like,
and so that mistake, because that was 90 minutes before we were going to eat, actually cost me the whole thing. Because if I lined up, I would have checked in at the kiosk before the 60-minute deadline, but I got there, and again, it's just this dumb thing. So all the seats were gone at the 60-minute mark. So I checked in, talked to the person at the gate, and said, "No, your seat's gone."
Damn,
it just didn't make sense to me, having been there since 7 a.m. So I was gonna go see Milwaukee play Toronto. Otherwise, and what ended up happening was I just drove home.
Damn,
it was a bit of a heartbreaker.
That's a huge heartbreaker, man.
story.
Yeah, that was the only.
Yeah,
you were gonna fly to Buffalo and then drive over.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, my original seat was Toronto, but I convinced myself. I had a friend who had got me on standby before, and I'm very frugal. So I said, nah, I'll just do the standby instead. Seats were pretty expensive back then.
Yeah.
I didn't have a job, sort of.
Damn, that is crushing.
That's actually wow. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wow.
So I didn't see them. But I thought that was the championship. I thought I watched the championship from home. So that was even more crushing. Because I thought that was it. I thought that when they won game 6, it's sort of like what Jerome was saying. I thought the conference finals was over. I wasn't as positive as you were, Alex.
That they would beat Golden State.
Yeah, I didn't believe it.
Wow.
Maybe because you figured Durant's coming back or Clay's
Yeah, I mean, I was
healthier.
super scared when KD came back. I
Yeah,
mean, people have
everyone was,
debated this. If KD was healthy, I think they come back from that 3-1.
Man, we don't need to talk about that anymore.
Okay,
man.
okay,
No,
okay.
no.
My bad.
I do. I don't talk about Raptors like you guys do. I need to get it in, man. I was on the floor when KD came back. I was right there. Anyways,
Yeah.
He was stretching out that Achilles, man.
yeah.
He was doing that dance, and then disaster ensued, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well,
right,
speaking of most crushing Raptors moments,
for
so many
Will.
to pick from, honestly. So many to pick from. Unfortunately for me, in my lifetime, in my generation,
Yeah.
it's got to be Kawhi leaving.
Damn it, you took my pick.
Because look, who does not run it back with
Yeah.
the team that they just won the championship with? Like, point me one other scenario where the team won the championship and then the MVP, the Finals MVP, decides to walk away from that situation.
It doesn't
It's
exist.
unprecedented. Even in like other sports, I feel like it's unprecedented.
With a team that was intact and was going to only get better the next season.
Exactly.
Like, everything was in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, there was all-time hysteria, CP24 sending the choppers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, traffic's busy on the 427 right now.
Yeah, my sister's like messaging me being like, yo, I heard Kawhi enrolled like his kid in school. He's staying.
Yeah. Well, there was like
Everyone in
crazy
Toronto had a
theories.
source.
There
Everyone
was-
in Toronto
it was
had a
crazy
source.
theories. There was
Yeah.
like, that's
Everyone in
right. Yeah,
Toronto.
Montessori like admissions. Yeah. It was insane. And
Were
then
you guys awake because the announcement came? I think on Jeremy Castleberry's Instagram
No.
first. Was it at 3 a.m. or something?
It was 3 a.m, so
Yeah.
I woke up to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up every morning, like desperately, like searched through Reddit, Real GM, like
Yeah.
Twitter, everything,
Yeah.
man. Any day, it was like Kawhi was out in Bahamas with a Shoppers Drug Mart bag.
Right. Yep.
Like these are real things that people were attaching themselves to, myself included. So yeah, Kawhi leaving, man. I mean, come on, man. That broke up a whole championship team.
No, it's still crushing to this day, man.
Yeah.
Just to think about it. And I think the most hurtful thing, man, it's too personal. The most hurtful thing is just like
More
it's like
personal than Taz's story, because that was
Yes.
man, I got me real sad right now, man.
Yeah.
at least
Me
he
too.
got to have Chinese food.
Yeah,
At the
that's
airport.
right.
I don't even know if that's Chinese.
You got to
food.
look at the silver linings. man.
Americanized Chinese food. It wasn't.
Yeah. Come on. But like it was like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after the parade
Yeah.
that he signs with the Clippers. Like it was just such
Right,
a
we were hanging
short.
on.
It was just such a short turnaround. Like we just got to experience all of this stuff.
Yeah, like you
And now
got
he's
to
a Clipper.
experience a championship.
Yeah, and now like less than a
That's
month
tough.
later, I'm watching him in the intro presser with Steve Ballmer and Paul George.
Right.
I'm like, what?
No, the funny thing in retrospect is at the parade,
Yeah.
Kawhi's speech was, enjoy this moment, have fun with it, ha 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 ha, and then he
Yeah.
left, which actually makes
yeah.
perfect sense in retrospect.
No,
He's
like he-
oh, I hope you enjoyed that little chip right there. I'm
No,
leaving.
he closed out that chapter perfectly for himself.
So I got a personal question. Maybe this isn't. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the time. But does Kawhi get his jersey retired?
I think he should either get a statue or get his jersey retired.
Yeah.
Whichever one they feel comfortable with.
A statue of the shot would be kind of
I think
fire,
a statue of the shot outside. Like,
Yeah.
how can you not celebrate?
man. And make sure
the
you put
most
Embiid in
iconic-
that statue, by the way. Embiid and Ben Simmons, put him in that statue.
Yeah.
No, but like, how can you
the
not
statue
celebrate?
idea is a good one.
Yeah, how can you not celebrate the most iconic moment from the championship season?
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but hanging a jersey for somebody who's
jersey, I'm kind of like on the fence about.
Yeah.
I'm okay if they're like, oh, we need a higher standard. Like he was only here for one season.
I'm cool in either way, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they want to do it, I'm fully in support of it because I'm going to
Yeah.
be forever nostalgic about this.
That's true.
I mean, we got this question too. It was actually emailed to me the other day. It was like, oh, when Kawhi goes to the Hall of Fame, like, is he gonna go as a Spur? Is he gonna like what? Or
His peak was as a Raptor. His
Yeah,
peak,
no, but that's
even
what I'm
though it was 1
saying.
year,
But that's
it
what I'm
was- it was
saying.
his peak.
It's actually a really good discussion
Yeah.
of like which team is he gonna rep when he
Right.
goes to the Hall of Fame.
When he goes to Hall
I
of
think
Fame,
he's just gonna wear his own logo.
Is he going to show up?
yeah.
Can he load manage that?
Yeah,
big?
but the Toronto does have a case. Like Toronto,
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Maybe he
it's-
wears one of those jerseys that has like, like
The
the, stitched
split
together.
jersey?
Yeah, the
No,
split screen
man.
jerseys, man. Come
Don't
on.
do that, Kawhi, please.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the way he left San Antonio, he may not be accepting of San
Right.
Antonio.
Yeah, who loves Kawhi the most? Which fan base loves Kawhi the most? It's the Raptors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He doesn't-
it's not
he
even
does-
close.
Yeah, but he doesn't care about that.
That's damn, man. Why don't you care about this Kawhi?
Oh man, we made New Balance so much money that
We
month.
could have had it all.
Just like the fun guy shirts.
Yo, remember when he was airdropping at the parade? He airdropped. There was like a New
wow.
Balance announcement.
Yeah, like download the app. Like
Yeah,
we're gonna airdrop something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my God, it's going to be him signing.
Yeah, it's gonna be his contract.
And it was a link. It was
we
like
were so delusional.
it was a link to like
To
get
his new
Go
shoes.
buy this, buddy.
He's
Yeah.
like,
Oh my god!
brother.
You know how many bored man gets paid shirts
Yo.
New Balance sold? Oh.
Yo, people still wear those in Toronto to this day, man.
Oh, my
It's like those
God.
Walls Harrods signs you see in the
Oh, my
neighborhood.
God.
Unfortunately. All right, Alex, what else you got?
Well, Kawhi leaving is my spiritual pick.
Okay.
I know I can't pick that.
It's okay.
I'm just gonna go with LeBron's buzzer beater in Game 3,
All right,
2018. Yeah, LeBronto.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Just to be honest, like I was gonna draft it as just that whole series. Just because if we go through it, Game 1, we know at the end they get like 7 shots at the buzzer, and this is like the Cavs coming off a round 1 where they go 7 games against the Pacers. They're coming in like
Right.
super fatigued, whatever. Like this is a classic game where the home team, the number 1 seed, supposed to just take Game 1 and then you just go from there. That doesn't happen. They are crushed in Game 1.
There's a lid on the rim.
Yeah.
Iconic call by
Yeah.
Ian Eagle, yeah.
Game 2, it's like, okay, maybe we'll bounce back. LeBron just tries increasingly difficult fadeaways in the fourth quarter
Yeah.
while blowing us out, like just laughing in our face.
He's just yelling Kobe the whole game.
yeah. So then Game 3 is like, okay, let's just get one and just go from there.
We're playing
Like,
for pride.
Yeah, typical cliche stuff.
I think
right?
Dwayne Casey actually said we're playing
Yeah,
for pride.
like typical cliche stuff. Let's just get one. And I thought they played great in Game 3.
They did.
Given the circumstances.
Yeah.
OG hit a huge shot right before.
Oh, everyone remembers that.
Yeah, he hit a huge shot
Yeah, I
right
forgot
before.
about that.
And then I guess they mess up like the inbounds.
Yeah.
I remember Dwayne Casey the next day like blaming Pascal for it, for like not picking up LeBron full court or something.
Something like that.
The
yeah.
blame game.
They were supposed to double team LeBron.
The next
They
day,
had to.
Yeah, the next day
Yeah.
the blame game was already happening because Dwayne knew he was like on his way out because it was like 3-0. And of course LeBron hits that shot. I remember being in Cleveland, go to the Jack's Casino after with Toronto media members, lose
Oh,
like
man.
$100 in blackjack in like 5 hands.
Damn. 5 hands.
Go home, go to the hotel, turn on ESPN, and they're like, tonight's top 10. LeBron shot from 10 different angles. And they literally just showed the Spanish call, probably the Chinese call. the Taiwanese broadcasters were like, ni hao, as the shot goes in. And just like an all around terrible experience.
Yeah, it's tough.
So that for me is the most crushing, just because I think we actually put some real expectations on that team.
yeah.
It's like the team that could like maybe
Yeah.
beat the Cavs.
Right.
Because after that series, after the 4-0, that was 10 straight losses to LeBron in the playoffs. 10
impossible.
straight. And in between all that, he's like spinning the ball in Serge's face.
Yeah.
Pretending to grab a drink courtside. Like
Yeah.
all of this
He was
stuff.
killing us, man.
Yeah, anyways.
That was Braun, though.
That was 2018. Just the whole 2018 series against the Cavs was like
Yeah.
super crushing.
It's amazing that Vince's graduation didn't get drafted.
Yeah, I had that. I had the.
I thought for the OG generation of fans like you guys, I thought you
Yeah.
guys would take Vince's graduation.
I had just the Vince trade. Yeah.
The Vince trade.
Just the return on the Vince trade.
Paul
yeah.
Pierce's block on Kyle Lowry.
I had that. I had swept by the 2015 Wizards.
Right.
Yeah, that was crushing.
Gravis Vasquez shimmies in vain.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Gravis Vasquez, by the
Yeah.
way.
Happy birthday, Kevin Willis. Belated. Yeah.
Yeah, the Jose Calderon pass at the end
Right.
of the Nets
Yep, the
series.
Calderon
Right.
pass.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Putting
so-
MLK in the crosshairs for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, anyways, next round, we're going to go with our favorite obscure Raptor.
Okay.
So through the 30 years, there's been so many
All
guys who have come through, maybe some that people have forgotten. So, Tas, your favorite obscure Raptor.
Got a China tie-in here.
Oh,
I didn't-
Why you just say it?
I just realized it.
Setting up a China tie
I just realized it.
is wild.
I was in China visiting my friend who's teaching English, who everyone
Tas
kept on.
has Chinese friends.
No, he's a white
You'll
guy.
flash this across the screen.
No, everybody was calling him the Guaylo while he walked on the
Of
street.
course.
Yeah.
And I was going to the internet cafe to see who the Raptors were signing, because this is
Yeah.
2006, and they wanted to sign everybody was Brian Colangelo was ready to go.
Yep.
And he signed Anthony Parker. When I saw that, I was ecstatic.
cooking. Yeah.
He was the guy who in the preseason prior to that was here with Maccabi Tel Aviv and hit a game winner. Here, I say.
Yeah, in Toronto.
In Toronto. And hit that game winner in the preseason. And obviously, you fell in love with that guy. I just love the way he played, how he jumped to the absolute peak of his jump every shot he took. And the Raptors were going in a different direction.
Sure.
Just absolutely Europeanizing their team with everybody. They had so many Europeans on that team. So it just felt right. And Anthony Parker was just, number one, just a good dude as well.
He's a great dude.
And a very, very, very good basketball player. So he's my guy. He just started an excitement for me with the Toronto Raptors that, obviously didn't peak with Colangelo's teams, but it was going in the right direction.
No, that was a super fun season. That first season under Colangelo. I know the Open Gym recently did an episode spotlighting that a little bit.
Right.
And people kind of do forget about that season.
Yeah.
People forget the 05-06 Raptors were a problem.
It was 06-07.
06-07 was a problem.
I forgot, man. No, I mean, AP's a super nice guy. I remember, again, early in my career, I ran into him. The G League Showcase used to be held in Mississauga. And I ran into Anthony Parker, and I didn't plan to write any stories from Anthony Parker, but I was just like, oh my God, it's Anthony Parker. This is great seeing him in the wild. And I think I was just mad nervous, but I just wanted to, I was like, Anthony, this is what I do. I'm a reporter, but also I'm a big Raptor fan. Yeah. And you were one of my favorites from back in the day. And we just it was like, can I just talk to you for a while? And just maybe just shoot the shit a little bit about that time. And he was more than happy to just talk to me for 15 minutes. Yeah. Just about that era of the Raptors, what it was like. Super nice guy. And then eventually I did a little bit of a story around he was a G League GM at that time. He's I think been promoted to the Magic GM now too. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
He was in Toronto actually just recently too. I saw him again. But super nice guy, man. Shouts to Anthony Parker. Also not European. I mean, he's fully American.
Yeah.
But
He
feels European.
But you associate him with that.
Yeah, but the rest of the team.
Yeah, they were calling him Maccabi Jordan, man.
Yeah. I mean, he was a god. He was a god in Israel.
Let's leave this conversation before we start slandering Anthony.
Yeah, but they had every European on their team. They had Rasho, and Bargnani, and
Jose Calderon,
Jorge
Garbajosa.
Yeah, they had them all.
Yeah. Okay. Obscure Raptor. Very obscure, man. I don't even know if you guys remember. You guys remember Pop Spencer-Bonsu?
Of course, man.
Oh, okay. I forgot who I'm talking to here, man.
Get this guy out of here, man.
Pop Spencer-Bonsu rocking the 44?
I just didn't know if you were going to go Pop Sow or Pop Spencer-Bonsu.
Not even the best pop, man.
Not even Pop Station, man. Yeah, I just have this memory of Pop Spencer-Bonsu.
I love how we're just booing you out here.
Okay, all right. China joke here. Just have a memory of him wearing the green St. Patty's Day jerseys.
Oh yeah, those are
with
great
the green
jerseys,
headband
man.
as well.
Yeah,
all green jersey. Yeah. I remember they used to play Sunday afternoon games free on CBC. So I used to just watch a lot of those games in particular, and it was early afternoon games, always 12:30, 1 o'clock. Super advantage because teams would come in Toronto Saturday night, have a good time.
Yeah.
In Yorkdale or, Queen West.
Yorkdale's crazy.
They go to the mall.
Have a good time in Yorkdale. Maybe go to Cafe Dip.
They just get it lit over there.
Yeah.
And then, man, and they're just having a great time. Yeah. And then we play them early in the morning. And he had a really good game one time.
We used to have that Sunday afternoon.
We owned that Sunday.
That was a huge game.
They were good at
DeMar
that.
hit a game winner against Houston back in the day.
No, we used to just
Sunday.
upset teams.
Yeah, the winning record.
Could beat anybody on Sunday.
Literally had a winning record.
Wasn't the win against Jordan also that same thing? It was a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, Jordan was a Sunday game. Against 72 win Bulls.
And then BJ Armstrong took him out for drinking or something like that. I read prehistoric.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
Okay.
Let's take this one offline as well.
That's not a real story? Okay.
I'm surprised, actually, the Clippers stunk last year with all those day games that they had. I'm surprised Kawhi wasn't good at it. He should be able to crush teams. Not that he was on those Raptors teams, but they stunk.
All right, Pop Spencer-Bonsu. Anyway,
just
Alex,
make sure you know
it
was booed. The pick was booed. So I'm just gonna go with my guy Matt Thomas, man.
Okay,
Matt Thomas had a super brief run here. I remember.
Goodness.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the stat came out. He was, I guess he had an
effective
field goal percentage of
99.8% on open jumpers in Europe.
Open jumpers.
Yeah.
So then this was right after Kawhi left, and which I forgot to mention, the day Kawhi left, we signed Stanley Johnson, right?
And
like it was
Rondo.
like, yeah. That was crushing too. But like we were looking, like I think the fan base was pretty down. We were looking for some like optimism, like Kawhi's gone. So then I guess like I was the one who started running with the fact that he was shooting 99.9% from three.
Yeah.
In Europe, and I think it just became a thing.
Right.
And Matt Thomas, like I don't know, man, he was exciting when he was here, man. I feel like every
he
time
was
we have
alright.
like a sharpshooter guy, Hubert Davis didn't work out. Did Jason Capono work out? Not really.
Not really.
Yeah,
Just wouldn't shoot the ball, man.
yeah, we didn't really. Yeah, and then it was like briefly, it was excited about Matt Thomas, and
Yeah.
then
And then
he couldn't play defense with under Nick Nurse's system, and then he was gone.
The funniest thing is you crashed out, and then you were like, "All right, I'm gonna rebound and put my love for Matt Thomas into Svi Mihailik," which also
that
did not
did-
work out. Yeah,
So the funniest thing, I guess, is like, I guess these picks are all personal. When Matt Thomas, he was traded to Utah for, I guess, like 2 second rounders or something like that.
1 second round.
Damn it!
That would be a big.
I was trying to do Matt Thomas PR.
You're trying to gas it up, buddy, but it was it was the 46th
That's not
pick.
PR. That's just lying, man. So I actually had a Utah front office member message me.
Oh yeah.
And was like, "Yo, I was thinking of you when we were on the trade call with the league today."
Wow.
Yeah, it was really funny.
League sources.
Yeah.
is
And then I was like, "Yo, can you send me a Matt Thomas Jazz jersey?" And then I never heard from him again. Yeah.
Wow.
So-
To be fair, I don't think he was there long enough for them to make those for
Yeah.
commercial purposes.
Yeah.
I think Matt Thomas needed those for games.
yeah. So, anyways, that's my pick.
Wow. Pretty good pick.
Jerome, anything? Any obscure players?
I mean, in the spirit of sharpshooters, Steve Novak.
Oh yeah, Novak's a good one too.
Discount.
Yeah, one of my all-time favorite just pre-game watches. Just watching him like hit every three possible.
Damn.
That was really good. Alex is really struggling through
Crashing
this.
over Steve Novak. You really do love white shooters.
He wants Novak. But yeah, and then Will was doing it there. Can you do that again, Will? Just an iconic. What a
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
celebration. But yeah, that's my guy.
Pretty good one.
The other
Fully
one I
stole that
had.
from Aaron Rodgers, though. I feel me. Come on now.
Oh yeah, let's not steal other stuff from him.
It's not obscure, but I have this because I was talking to Will about it yesterday. I don't think it's obscure to like the 4 Raptors fans here, but Joey Graham.
Oh yeah.
Joey
I
G.
love that one.
But like,
too.
I think Joey
The
Graham
fans
would
were
be,
probably obscure.
Yeah,
more so
right?
than the player.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. No,
He
that's-
looked like
He looked-
he looked like he was gonna be a great NBA player, but he
Yes.
was he just had great looks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He should be like playing NBA players in movies. Like
he should be an actor
he should be an actor. It'd
because
be
he's
sick.
good looking.
Anyway, well,
Anyway.
I wouldn't go that far either.
Next up.
Favorite jersey?
Favorite Raptor jersey of all time, Tess.
Again,
Tess brought
personal.
props.
I got props. I don't think I have any authentic jersey of any other sport.
Yeah.
Except for this
Oh,
Jorge Garbajosa jersey that was
Goodness.
being sold the next season after they discontinued this jersey.
Incredible jersey.
that's a sick jersey, man.
So this was only 99
Incredible
bucks.
jersey.
And it was authentic.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, it's one of those dress jerseys that's so
Yeah.
stupid long. You have to tuck it in if you wear it, which is cool. It's actually pretty dirty. Now that I look
You've
at
been
it,
wearing it a lot. I mean,
yeah, there's
Yeah, yeah.
stains. It's
oh
nasty.
hell yeah!
No, I love that.
I gotta get
Yeah,
it
yeah.
dry cleaned.
That's one of the most beautiful jerseys.
This
Raptor
is
jerseys
clean
I've
as hell.
seen. In,
Yeah.
So what year is this? This is
I mean,
like 07?
08 maybe.
08? Okay,
Yeah.
let's put in Garbajosa 08.
Yeah, again,
Yeah.
because this is when they were going to a different jersey, so I'd
Right.
have to look it up. But
Damn, Jorge Garbajosa was a problem.
That's a great one.
oh man,
Yeah.
that New Jersey series, if he's there, if he isn't injured, they win. You gotta assume. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big what if,
He
man.
was gonna go
Yeah.
blow for blow with Vince.
Yeah.
15 for 15.
Wow.
No, Garbajosa was huge
got
for that.
the
Garbo was
Six
huge.
games.
He was huge.
He
He was
was
a great.
huge for that
He was their
role
heart.
player. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love the guy. And
Oh, is that a picture?
I'm sharing a picture from my Instagram here of a meeting Jorge Garbajosa in 2014.
Wow.
I walked by him at the New Orleans All-Star Game weekend. I walked by him, and I don't usually bother people.
Yeah.
But then I said, all right, I got to go say hi. So I ran back on the street and took a photo with him.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know what my hairstyle was then. This needs a little poof or something. But anyway,
Yeah.
me and Jorge.
Nice.
I love that
like
guy.
that.
That's a great
Jorge
pick.
Garbajosa jersey. Sick. Okay. My favorite jersey. I mean, I'm happy this is still available. 2017, the Raptors wore a blue Husky jersey.
I had that on my list.
It's a nice one.
It's kind of like really clean, really simple,
Yep.
but it was just blue. DeMar DeRozan loved it for obvious reasons, and he balled out in that jersey every time he wore it, man.
Yeah, no.
The Raptors Crip jersey official 2017 edition.
Yeah, I think that jersey is really slept on. Like people don't really bring it up. Like people always talk about like the Dino, the purple jerseys and stuff, but the Husky was a good run. I think that was the last year. I guess Adidas was doing.
Yeah,
the
so
jerseys.
Adidas was throwing anything out there. They put a Chinese New Year jersey together, which was kind of sick too.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm sure Tas has one.
Oh, how did we end up with so many Chinese references? How are we gonna top this on the next pod with Trey? We're gonna need a new theme.
He's got to do it in Mandarin at this
We
point.
blasted out all our Chinese jokes.
Anyway, that's a great jersey. Shout out to Corey Joseph as well for no reason. Anyway,
I
Alex.
love that one. You know what? I'm gonna go with the much hated camo jersey.
No, boo!
Oh yeah,
brother.
rough jersey.
I just feel like it's one of those jerseys that's like so bad that over time it's aged into like
Right.
kind of a thing. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I remember those were sitting at like at the NBA online store for like 7 years. Every year I would go back and check it. I think as recently as like 2018 or 19,
They're
they
still
were
in stock?
still on discount.
Yo,
And you could still purchase them.
If
I
you're-
regret not getting one.
this is a very inside Toronto joke, but
Yeah.
for fans of the Toronto sporting franchises, I guess,
Yeah.
there's a specific Blue Jays hat that is not like with the bird; it just has the T.
Yes.
That's like
Gosh.
known for it's like the Black Air Forces equivalent in Toronto. If you wear that, like you're up to no good.
You're
that
probably wearing Black Forces with it.
You're probably the fit would be Black Forces.
Yeah.
The Toronto Blue Jays hat with just a T. That's
Yeah.
like the Vernon Wells, Alex Rios
Yeah,
era.
you got to have some OVO on in that scenario.
You got maybe some sort of OVO
Yeah,
on, but
OVO
also
sweatpants.
you're wearing that camo jersey for the Raptors. And it's like a James Johnson with the I'm wearing camo right now.
Yeah.
Damn. Just cut this into a thing. Holy, don't perceive me.
Honorable mention to, I don't know if you guys think of the I guess it's their city edition jerseys this
That's
year,
clean,
right?
yeah.
Like the Vince logo,
Yeah.
the Raptor dunking, as Vince.
It's been a while.
I feel like that's gonna grow
Oh yeah,
over time.
yeah.
Like that's
It's the first time in the history of Raptors City Edition jerseys where they hit a home run. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's really
Right, yeah,
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Hey, buddy.
just recently hit the big 4-0. What about you, bro?
A little more recently 4-0, but we are both in the 40 club.
Let me tell you, man, being an adult really comes with its share of challenges.
Definitely. I think both you and I are homeowners, and I think we're both also dealing with mortgages in life.
Yeah, man, mortgage rates, choosing the right terms, dealing with paperwork, it can be really overwhelming,
I still don't know how that works.
Well, listen, that's where our friends at Dominion Lending Centers come in, man. They make the whole process simple and stress-free. Whether you're renewing your mortgage, hunting for the best rates, or if you just need advice, they're here to help, bro.
You know what? I am looking for that advice, and I think that's why I'm going to visit www.dominionlending.ca.
Yeah, man, www.dominionlending.ca. Take the guesswork out of your mortgage and step into financial confidence with our friends at Dominion Lending by our side.
Round 6.
2 more rounds here. So round 6 is our favorite Raptors related commercial. So any commercial or ad featuring anybody on the Raptors.
I'm going with one that's it's very, very, very well known. I'm going simple here. I'm going with Hito Turkoglu Pizza.
Oh.
Yeah, you have
Rather.
to. That's an all time.
Yes,
'Cause it's
absolutely.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, I went and watched them all last night. I think Hito tops them all. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's others, but
Yeah.
I love Hito.
You watching game tape?
Yes, coach.
You studying your defensive assignments?
Yes, coach.
You listening to me right now?
Yes, coach.
It was
Or
just
say
all-
yes, GM. Hold on.
It was
I think
just
it was
all-
Jay Triano, wasn't it? Jay was on the phone.
Wasn't it Colangelo?
Was it Colangelo?
I think it might have been Colangelo.
Yes, GM. It's yes, GM. It's yes, GM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just
I
really
need a
good
retake.
too. It was super meta because of all the things that he was going through during the season with the Raptors.
Yeah.
Like people,
It was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kept things simple.
that's an all time.
1 or 2 words.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's pretty incredible. Shouts to the Ball interview as well.
Yep.
Hito. Yeah, Hito had a crazy time here in Toronto, man.
Yeah, he came through.
Did he get
crashed
traded
out
for
and
like
left.
Leandro Barbosa or something?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
good.
started a run of just weird trades.
Yeah. We were doing anything.
Yeah, and I have one from.
What?
I have a Hito
Oh,
jersey.
this is a great one,
Oh
man.
yeah.
from one of our skits.
No, 26 is like
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. 26 is kind of like you're not a bum, but like
No,
it's just not a star player's number. No,
if your top free agent signing is wearing 26, like take
Yeah.
the under. Yeah.
yeah, this is like a wide
take the
receiver
under.
wearing like 10 or something.
Yeah.
It's like what?
26.
26 is crazy.
Nah, man. No, pretty sure that's the number of wins we had that season.
It was generous.
Love that one. All right,
Okay,
Will,
great
what you
commercial.
got for commercials?
I mean, realistically, I'm gonna take the Primo Pasta commercial.
Yeah,
with Andre Barnett.
another
in
Hall
it.
of Famer.
It's just a classic.
Yep.
Primo Pasta and sauce. Obviously, you guys made it even more famous. You guys gave it a second life run, right, with the video. So you guys got to look that up because Andreas 13 game All-Star.
Was it 13 games?
It was 13.
Oh my
It was
God.
13 games.
It felt like he was going to make it, and then he got injured, right?
Yeah, it was immortalized, man. You guys literally immortalized that whole run and that commercial.
Part of
So,
Raptors lore, man.
yeah, you guys are part of Raptors.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
man.
I mean, it was a great tune.
Yeah.
And Bargs was on in a recent Open GM
Yes. Yep.
episode where he was asked about it. And
Yeah. They like played him the commercial. and
he loved
everything.
it.
Yeah.
He didn't stop laughing.
Yeah, that's a great one.
He's like, it's very funny because it was as an Italian person being like,
Yeah.
that's
Primo
right.
Pasta is the wave.
Yeah.
Which, like, you know,
No, those are two great ones, man.
that's tough.
Damn.
Yeah. It's like if you and I went on where we're like, yo, man, Mr. Noodle's the wave.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. It's not the wave, I
Can we
promise.
just shed our identity for the last 20 minutes of
No.
this pod?
I'm perceiving you as
Can we
you
just
are.
be podcasters without being identity politics? Okay, honorable mention to the recent new Grady Dick Kelly Olynyk bar burrito.
Oh, I've
commercial. Have
that,
you
yeah.
seen those?
Yeah, those are tough.
All time tough acting.
Yeah, it's a
that's
tough
going
one.
on
Kelly
there.
Olynyk in a commercial too, man. Damn.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with like the Fred and Norm Osmo spots.
Oh, those are
they did.
great.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Fred and Norm Osmo spots.
Okay.
Those are super memorable ones.
Yeah.
and I feel like Osmos has somehow just like seeped in to become like part of Raptors
Sure.
culture. Like RJ's like, you know, telling quickly about it and things like that. So,
Right.
yeah, that's the one I was gonna almost go with the OG Staples commercials that
Yeah,
he did.
it's all right. Those
I
are
thought he
solid.
had good
A little dry
performances.
humor. Yeah. I know you don't find OG funny.
Yeah,
so
but even then,
you're
like
an
I
OG
found,
hater.
I thought he was pretty good in that performance.
Wow.
But yeah, I feel like you guys took the top. two.
Yeah, I had
Yeah, this was-
GoDaddy.
yeah.
GoDaddy became a curse
Yeah.
for a while because like it was Norm who
Yeah,
had
GoDaddy.
GoDaddy, and then it was JV, and then it was CJ
Yeah.
Miles, and all
Is that
those
when
JV.
JV did the itty bitty ballers? Or is
Yeah, it
that
was, yeah.
Okay, that's the GoDaddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
JV on the Purelator one. Do you remember that
I don't
one?
remember the Pure Later.
We replay that.
Yeah.
Was it a Purelator skit more so? I think it was like.
Oh yeah. The package is going to be delivered. Your
The package is going to be delivered.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
it's coming
replay
back
that
again now.
here
Yes.
on our
Also, I know that from the show. That's the thing because I don't think I've actually seen.
Did
like
Nick
the actual-
Nurse do any Fisherman's Friends? Did he do a Fisherman's Friends?
Yeah,
he did, right?
He held up a Fisherman's Friends. He's like,
Okay.
when I want to yell at the refs,
Yeah.
I use Fisherman's Friends.
No, this round was
It's like,
two.
okay.
This draft was two, just top two, man. There was no more after that.
This
That
is-
was
yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
I saw like was it Landry Fields?
PS
PS Vita.
PS Vita.
Yeah.
Super.
He like
what a
hopped in a
throwback.
car and like surprised fans with the PS
Once
Vita.
again, I'm surprised you guys didn't take the pics from back in the day because like Vince had those commercials with Nike.
That's what I was going to ask about.
Yeah,
Does
I
that
feel like
count?
I almost associated with Vince and less the Raptors.
Yeah.
because it was like a national scale.
He's wearing
like-
a purple suit.
Yeah, I know, but it's like more for me. That's just more like Vince doing a big commercial with like a big sneaker brand
Yeah.
versus
I
like
agree.
locally, like all of this stuff.
But it does kind of put the Raptors on the map a little more
Yeah.
than like
that's
any
a
of the
good
other
call.
local ones. But
No, that's a good call.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, last round. This is just a freestyle round, so anything
Oh, yeah.
that you want to pick from the first 30 years of the Raptors.
Okay. We might have to rapid fire through these because I have a million of these. But
Yeah.
Okay. I'm clothing related again.
Oh,
I'm just
here
bringing
we
out
go.
all my
I
stuff.
love the props, man.
you know,
my God.
like, this is something I grabbed when I worked at Sport Check from the clearance table.
That's
and
an
it's a quarter,
incredible
like
one.
everything that happened in the first
Yeah.
5 years as we were doing the 30-year anniversary. Like
Yeah.
the quarter zip among coaches is back in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like this. I don't know where starter has gone.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not.
Isn't this a little big for you?
It's. I never wore it.
This is a little big
It's
for
too
you.
I mean,
Way too big.
he just showed you a Garbajosa jersey.
Yeah.
That's like triple XL,
Yeah,
normal size.
this is monstrous.
Is this
But
like
that's a
regular size in
great-
2005, which is when I assume you bought this?
Yeah, it's
That's
an
a
XL.
great
Yeah, somewhere,
piece.
something like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too huge, but
Okay.
everything's coming back.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Okay.
I gotta get it taken in.
Tas, you're gonna get a message from our friend Mr. Sexy Beast on Instagram.
Yes.
He's a big Raptors collector.
Oh yeah, I know Mr. Sexy
He's-
Beast.
yeah.
We are all friends
hit
with
him
Mr.
up.
Sex.
He's,
Big Sex.
He's gonna
He's gonna want this quarter.
he's
zip.
gonna want everything that I think you showed.
Yeah, he's
today.
going to want that Hito Turkoglu jersey.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know if he
sure.
can part with that, though.
That's
That's
a good.
tough.
That's a good question.
He might have to trade you a Leandro Barbosa jersey and a top 55
He's
protector pick.
he's got some. Okay, Will, what's your pick for the freestyle round?
I'm just going to freestyle random moments. Okay.
Okay.
The What About DeRozan video
Yep.
when the Raptors drafted Terrence Ross. I actually interviewed that. I tracked that guy down, Courtney. I think he's a lawyer now. Shouts to Courtney.
Shouts to Courtney.
But he's what about DeRozan? What about DeRozan, man? I told you, man. Classic.
Love that.
The Not This Guy Rudy Gay reaction video.
Yes.
Raptors
Oh, yeah.
trying to guard Rudy Gay for the game winner.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's fucking Rudy Gay, man. And like just from the accent alone, I'm like, this guy's from Brampton.
Yeah.
And then Rudy Gay hits the game winner, a
Yeah.
ball knower. Skinny Kyle Lowry from the 2015-2016 season.
Skinny guy.
Remember Kyle was like always a little chub, and then like they came in, he was like, whoa.
Well, that was like an off-season photo. He was like on a boat with like a bunch of other NBA guys.
Yeah, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
lost
yeah,
weight
yeah.
everywhere except for on his ass. Terrence Ross dunking on Kenneth Fareed.
Yeah.
Great
Monster
moments.
dunk. Yeah.
James Johnson on Andre Drummond. DeMar
Yeah.
DeRozan on Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan dunks on Anthony Tolliver against the Pistons to force
Oh
overtime.
yeah, send it to OT.
Oh, baby.
Great fucking dunk
Yeah.
there. Mo Peach 3 over Michael Ruffin.
Yep.
Bruno
I
Caboclo's
didn't know
debut.
you just get to list off all of these.
These are the
What is
greatest.
this?
These are the B-sides, man. Bruno Caboclo's debut.
You're supposed to draft
Debut.
one, man.
Sam Mitchell saying, I got guys in the locker room who have 0, 0, 0, 0 on the box score.
This guy's
Classic.
This guy's just doing every moment that's remaining.
Matt Devlin, Wale.
Yo, you're breaking the rules of the draft.
This is like if somebody just stepped up to the draft and was like, yo, I want 20 of these
Yo,
guys.
I'm taking LeBron.
I feel like Chris Tucker at the Zeus
And
Park
Melo.
right now, man. I
Yo.
need someone on my feet. My back hurts,
Yo,
man.
this is crazy, man. This is insane rule breaking.
Sorry, man. That's tampering. All right,
Yeah.
anyway, Alex. Is there anything else that I've left for you?
All right, I'm just gonna go with the Surge and OG Scarfs battle.
Okay, nice.
In the midst. Sorry for disappointing.
No, it was like 20th on the list. Don't worry.
in the midst of like that 15 game win streak, and I remember the one game where Surge showed up in his massive scarf. He like hit the game winner too.
Yeah, he
Like
did.
there was a comeback against the Pacers. I think.
Yeah, he had a 3.
Yeah, to extend the streak. So that was just great memories right before the pandemic. So
Right.
I love that team, man.
Great time, man.
Yeah, might love that team more than the championship team.
Ah.
I don't know how to explain that.
Very
but-
lovable team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Is he still doing? Is Ibaka still doing Chef Fuzzy things?
So he has been
Chef
doing.
Fuzzy's crazy.
You're about to bring that show to China.
The menu was
No,
the menu were
Surge.
changed then.
Surge is still. I think he's still trying to do like different variations of like how hungry are you because he's like in Europe right now. He's playing with Barcelona, I think.
Real Madrid.
Madrid. Yeah,
Hala Madrid.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So so shouts to Surge.
All right.
All right, that was our draft.
This was a really good moment. Honestly,
Yeah.
Before we get back to the show, we just want to let you know that this podcast is proudly brought to you by Tangerine. Tangerine is the official bank of Hello and Welcome, the Toronto Raptors, WNBA, and the NBA.
Yeah, man, and fans are at the core of everything that Tangerine does, and they're not just fans of basketball, they're fans of fans, right? And Will, I know you know what it's like to be a fan. You're a fan who's got a nickname for every starter. You're a fan who's 5 inches from the screen when the game is on. You're a fan who'll show up to Jurassic Park in a blizzard to cheer on your team.
They call me Fan Ho Park.
No, that's what Tangerine is all about, fans of fans.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if you're hearing this, there's no doubting your commitment. And fans like you are at the heart of what makes this game special. That's why for the Raptors' 30th anniversary, Tangerine is shining a light on you, the fans, and celebrating the passion that you bring to the stands because this is how we fan. To learn more about Tangerine's basketball partnerships, head to tangerine.ca/basketball. Now let's get back to the show.
We know you guys are diehard Raptor fans.
Yeah.
And this is why at the very end here, I wanted to throw a little bonus surprise at you guys because there's a game task that we play where we just basically try to guess who the player is.
Yeah, the basketball reference game.
It's called the basketball reference game.
Oh, okay.
And
Let me close that website I just had open.
Yeah, it's basically just like, dudes just love sitting around and naming random players. Like it's a real thing. And obviously the history of this and the idea of this, because we knew we were coming down to Atlanta. And we knew that obviously Jerome has spent some wonderful years here at No Dunks. Black Dragon Roll. We're gonna put him back on the stream, and we've even dyed his hair so that it can fit the custody of Dominic Mysterio meme. And
Jerome, you made it sound like we dyed his hair.
No, we held him down and dipped his head into we dipped his head in. Don't worry, man. How are you doing, Jerome? How you feeling?
A lot of mixed feelings seeing all my dads fight over me like
There's
this.
a lot of dads
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Well, we're going to have the ultimate custody battle right here because Alex is going to be here on behalf of Hello and Welcome, and Tas will be here on behalf of No Dunks. And we're going to use this quiz, this special edition of the Basketball Reference game, to decide custody of Black Dragon Roll.
Yo, this game's supposed to be fun, man. Why are you putting stakes on? Yo, what is this, Jerry Springer?
Let's put a ladder under. Let's put him under a ladder, please.
Tas, what was that thing about like flights back? How can I get back home?
You better drive home from Buffalo, buddy, and you better not be on standby. Okay, so the rules of this game are pretty simple. I'm not going to tell you the player's name.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you details about their career, like where they were drafted, what teams they played on, in which years. And you can ask for hints like what position did they play, maybe some special hints about like some sort of detail about their career. Like, for example, if I were to tell you that there's a player that was drafted to Memphis in the 20s in the 2006 NBA draft, and then they went on to then play for the Houston Rockets and then the Toronto Raptors and then left to go to Miami and is now playing in Philadelphia, you would guess that that's Kyle Lowry, right? Pretty simple. And the thing is, usually I'm only playing this one-on-one with somebody, so Alex tosses out names, name after name, and he bricks a bunch of them. The rule here, because you guys are competing, is whoever guesses first, it's open to both of you.
Yeah.
You make their guess. However, if that first guess is wrong, that person, if Alex makes the first guess and he guesses wrong, he says that's Fred VanVleet, he's wrong, then you get as many chances to potentially get at it, right, to get your guess in. And after that point, you guys can sort of free for all and try to guess who it is. All right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Black Dragon Roll's on the line here, buddy.
Let's
all
do
right,
it.
let's go. First one. We're going to start with a pretty difficult one. All right. This player. So obviously all these players play for the Toronto Raptors. This player
We just throw out the answer when we have if we have it.
Yes.
Whenever we feel
When
it.
you have a guess in mind,
Yeah.
put your hand up or something, and I'll decide. Okay.
Okay.
This player started his career with the Toronto Raptors, but he was undrafted. I'm gonna dim my screen. All right, so no cheating here. Started his career with the Toronto Raptors, got traded midseason to Denver in that same year. This is 2001, 2002.
Okay.
Then went to Utah for 2 years. Then went to Detroit for a couple years. Went to Orlando from 05 to 08. Then went to Miami in 09, 010. Was in Miami again 2010, 2011. And then ended his career with a brief stint with the Boston Celtics in 2011. Which player is this? Does anyone have a guess right now?
So he started, he was undrafted and started with the Raptors.
And started with the Raptors, but was not a starter with the Raptors.
What year was that?
It was a glorious year.
2001, 2002. I believe the Raptors made the playoffs that year. Yeah.
2001.
Who could that man?
But he gets traded to Denver.
He either gets traded or he gets cut.
Yeah.
I don't have the details.
He goes to
unfortunately.
Denver.
I mean,
This is very obscure, but you guys can ask for hints if you guys want.
He's a scrub.
Oh, also, I forgot to tell you, Tas, there is the bonus race card, which you can play once per game.
Basically, is he Chinese? Yeah.
This is not Jeremy Lin. Sorry.
that's a long career.
Yeah, you
for
can
an
also ask like very
undrafted
vague
player.
questions, like he's a scrub. Like he was a scrub.
Well, you slander this unknown player.
He sounds like he's got a scrub trajectory.
This player mostly came off the bench in his
Yeah,
career.
okay.
And
That's what I
obviously
meant to
was a
say.
journeyman.
Yeah.
Yes,
He was a
yes.
bench player.
Yeah. You can ask for positions
Do you mind
too.
flying through those
Yeah, let's run through
teams
that.
again?
Let's run through that again.
Okay, the teams he played for were Toronto, Denver, Utah, Detroit, Orlando, Miami, and then Boston at the end. I would say he became more prominent as his career went on.
Yeah, this is another question. Who do you associate him with the most? Which
For
team?
me, Miami.
With Miami.
Yeah.
Did he win a championship?
He played in Miami 2009, 2010, and then 2010, 2011. So he did not
This
win a
was
championship.
before LeBron.
No, that's
No,
not.
this
He
was
had 1 year with LeBron.
LeBron. He
Yeah.
1 year with LeBron, but they did not win.
You guys are working. Why are you guys working together, man? You guys want Jerome or not?
Maybe we want to share.
You guys want to share custody? That's not. That's how this game goes.
So he's on the
My two
Miami team that
dads.
loses in the finals
yes,
to Dallas.
yes.
And he's a bench player.
Yeah, you guys
why
don't even
isn't
want
this-
the position. I gotta give you the position at
He's
least.
a power forward?
No, that's a great guess. Way off. No, it's a point guard.
He's a point guard. He backing up Mario Chalmers, probably second backup guy off there.
And you associate him with the Miami Heat.
Before Miami, you said he was on Utah.
And Orlando. Yeah,
Orlando.
those are some very forgettable Utah teams, I must say.
He goes to Utah. He's in Orlando.
Do you guys want a special hint? Do you guys want to
Yeah,
use your
yeah.
cards? What do you guys want to
this
use?
is a tough one to start, man.
What do you guys want to use? Seems like you guys are collaborative. This is nice.
No.
Parenting can be
No,
very
we're-
beautiful, you know?
Yeah, let's give
Not
a
collaborative until the one guy gets it and he steals it.
Yeah.
I
All right,
mean,
does anyone have a guess or anything? Or do you guys want to use a card?
I don't think the race card will help me.
Okay. Do you guys want a special hint?
Yeah, special hint.
All right, we'll give you guys a special hint because you guys are struggling with this one. I did start with a pretty hard one.
This
The
one's
bonus hint is this player defeated Team USA in international basketball.
Carlos Royal?
Let's go! We need instant replay for this.
I feel like that's a
Check
tie.
VAR,
No, I
man.
feel like that's a tie.
damn.
That's a
Oh,
No,
okay.
you're right. No,
Okay,
you got it
that's-
first.
I'm
You
gonna defer-
definitely
no,
got it first.
No, it's 1-1. You guys literally,
Retake.
you guys
I
I
literally
feel like
got
that's a
1-1.
tie. Yeah.
Okay,
Puerto,
wow,
Rico,
that's-
Puerto Rico 2004.
But on the post episode edit, we'll do a slow mo.
yeah.
Slow mo.
No, it's not about that. It's about you guys both got caught.
Definitely Miami.
Yeah,
he's known
sick.
for it. But remember
Damn,
the
yes, he was on Utah.
yeah,
Yeah, it all makes
Yeah.
sense when we come back to it.
Yeah, damn. That's right. He was on my.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I remember him as a Toronto Raptor,
Yeah.
but I just don't remember.
I believe him.
Man.
He played like 2 months as a Raptor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Carlos
I-
Royal.
much.
I apologize for calling him a scrub, man. That's an international legend
Denver.
right there.
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
is.
All right, next
Apologize.
player. Next player.
I think he's president of Puerto Rico basketball.
Hey, he should be, honestly.
Okay.
Mr. Worldwide, basically. Next player, also undrafted.
Okay.
Okay. I'm starting difficult with these ones. Enters the NBA in 2001, 2002 as a 26-year-old. Unbelievable.
Okay.
That's like a Jorge Garbajosa level rookie.
Yeah.
Starts in Miami, 01, 02, plays 2 years in Miami, goes to Boston, goes to Detroit, Milwaukee, Houston, famously a 10-year in Toronto. That's a bit of a hint. That's 05, 06. Minnesota again, then Houston, New Orleans Hornets, Washington, Chicago, Dallas, and then back to Chicago at the age of 38. This player has played all over the NBA.
List his first like 5 teams again.
Miami, Boston, Detroit, Milwaukee, Houston, Toronto.
Mike James.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Wow.
Let's go.
Yeah, Mike James.
Killed
the
it.
Infamous season where he averaged 20.3 points for the Toronto Raptors and shot 40% from 3, but he
I got it because of the Toronto, Minnesota, because then he signs a huge deal.
Wow. Okay.
With the Wolves. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, we're gonna go back into some of the more into the archives with another one here.
Okay.
This player actually did get drafted. I don't just have undrafted players for you guys. Round 3 here. This player was the 13th overall pick in the 1995 NBA draft. Not a memorable draft, just before the most memorable draft. Okay.
Wow. 95 had some good players, man.
Oh, who was in the 95 class? Huh? I wasn't even around for this, basically. Anyway, this
Kevin
player.
Garnett.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know
some
what?
other ones. Anyway,
Pretty good draft.
sorry. Number 13.
There we go. 13th pick
13th.
is drafted to Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Plays 5 years with the Sacramento Kings from 95 to 2000. Are you gonna guess? You can guess. You can
No,
guess.
I'm waiting for
Okay,
this
all
next
right.
fact to
All right.
confirm it.
Then joins the Toronto Raptors. In
Doug Christie?
No.
Oh, that's too early.
no.
It's the wrong one.
Oh, no.
I knew it.
You're on
so
pause.
he's frozen.
Premature.
He's
I'm
You're
frozen.
frozen
premature.
until Alex makes a guess,
Okay,
and
give
if
me
he's
the rest.
wrong,
Give
then
me the
you're
rest.
back in the game, Tess.
Give me the rest.
2000 to 2001, plays with the Raptors. I believe that's the only season he played with the Raptors. Then goes to Detroit for 4 years.
What?
2000 to 2004 with the Detroit Pistons. Then finishes his career bouncing between Philly, Sacramento. I guess he goes back to Sacramento. That's it. Yeah.
Philly.
Tess, do you actually know who this is now?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Which years was he in Detroit?
He was in Detroit from 2000
You'd think.
2000 to 2004. So 2000.
So he's on those good Detroit teams.
Yeah, he won the chip with Detroit at the 04.
But he starts in Sacramento?
He starts in Sacramento.
He's 1 year
He's a pretty good player. This was like
What was it?
mostly a starter too, to be honest.
After Detroit, what would you say?
After Detroit, he goes to Philadelphia and then back to Sacramento, and he finishes his career 3 years in Sacramento.
Is he a big man or guard?
It's a big.
He's a big. Wait, hold on. Sacramento. What's that guy's name? I can see his face.
Oh, he's zeroing in.
Corliss Williamson?
It is Corliss Williamson.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
Sacramento.
Let's
yeah.
go. Let's go.
Wow,
Nice.
Doug Christie
Nice
was a
pull.
great guess. Was a great
Yeah,
guess. Yeah,
go.
sorry, that
Yeah,
might have been a
sort
pump
of.
fake.
Yeah,
I was thinking
I
Yogi
bet.
Stewart too.
I got the first one wrong. I had to go. Yeah, Sacramento, Yogi
No.
Stewart. That was a
I
good.
was thinking
yeah.
Yogi Stewart.
That was nice.
Okay, we're gonna keep going. We have player 4 here, also a one-time Raptor. This player was drafted 4th overall in the 1994 NBA draft.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I don't know. I thought you guys were gonna blurt it out.
This guy just looking at us like we're so old.
Pausing, right?
It's
Sorry.
like first round pick in the 79 draft. Y'all got this.
It's Hubert Davis. All right. Enters the league in 1994. Goes to Minnesota. Gets traded as a rookie to Golden State, where he played many years.
What?
From 94 to 2000, he played for the Golden State Warriors. Then he goes to Utah, 2000 to 2002, 2 years in Utah. 1 year in Chicago. Another year in Chicago, 2 years in Toronto, 2003, 2004, 2004, 2005. That's the Raptor connection here. This player played for the Toronto Raptors. Then Cleveland for 3 years, Seattle, and ends his career in Philadelphia. I would probably lean towards an early Golden State Warriors player who then played in Utah and then played 2 seasons with the Raptors. I have some hints for you if you guys need to. 4th overall pick too, by the
So
way.
he was
Really
drafted
good
by
player.
who? He was drafted
Drafted by Minnesota and then traded to Golden State. Yeah,
drafted by Minnesota.
traded mid-season, like not traded on draft night.
Do you guys know it over there? Is it coming?
This isn't Antoine
No?
Jameson or
No.
something like that. Yeah,
Traded to Golden
but he
State.
did play with Antoine Jameson. There we go. Yeah.
And he stays in Golden State for like a long time.
He stays in Golden State from 95 to 2000. Some
95?
lean years for the Warriors back then, but
95?
whatever.
Sorry, can I get a position?
Position, this player is a power forward / center. But mostly back in that era, power forward still existed. This is a
Big
power
man.
forward. It's a power forward.
Big man in Golden State.
Yeah, Golden
And
State.
then from Golden State, where does he go?
Utah.
When does he get to Toronto? Utah.
Toronto, he's in Toronto 03, 04, 04, 05. Big men from Toronto back in the day.
But he spent that much time.
If
in
I give
Golden
you the
State.
special hint, you guys will guess it instantly, like
Yeah, of
Carlos
course.
Arroyo.
Oh, yeah. So,
There's like nothing to remember from those Warriors
Yeah,
teams, though.
yeah,
It's the
those
problem.
Why you guys focus on that? I thought you guys were focused on the Raptors portion. That's the part that I think for me.
Plus,
would be-
he's
for
old.
basketball lovers.
and he old. Yeah,
And he's old.
Yeah, he's
By the
old.
time he comes to the Raptors, he's like old.
Yeah, he's an old.
305.
He's like
Yeah,
he's
so
a bum he's a bum on the Raptors.
Okay, that's tough, man.
Power.
But
Power
a
forwards for the
very
Raptors.
high, but
Slightly undersized power forward.
super high draft pick.
Yeah, I
too.
guess. Yeah,
super high
a little
pick.
bit. Yeah. Wow, they played some.
Wait,
small
who
forwards
drafted him
over?
again? Who drafted
Minnesota.
him?
4th
Minnesota
overall
drafts
pick.
him super high,
Yeah.
and he's a big man.
Yeah, it's not.
But then he goes to the Warriors for like a long time.
He goes for the Warriors for a long time.
What?
Yeah. I'm just
No, I almost
torturing
don't
you guys.
want to.
at the
I
end
don't
here.
want to hint. I want to raw.
Yeah,
I want to. I want to raw
either.
dog this
I
one.
haven't, I haven't got one right yet.
The hint? No, you got Carlos.
No, I don't
Arroyo.
want.
You got
I don't
Carlos
want a
Arroyo.
hint.
not
I don't
really.
want to. I don't want the special hint. Yeah.
Okay. Who you got?
Race card.
Unfortunately, he's African American. That does not help you in the slightest. Wasted your race card, buddy.
God damn it. Never do pods in America. No.
Yeah.
I think Tas and I both agree we don't want the special hint.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't.
Like I want to get this.
Okay. All right. All right.
Jerome just
No
ended out the
problem, man.
next
I wanna
7
see- yeah,
minutes.
No
exactly.
problem, man. No problem.
on a
It's
super
just-
long
it's
podcast.
Just us grunting.
Wow, this player played 39 minutes a game for the Raptors in 03-04. He's like
Wait.
a really prominent player.
How many minutes?
39 minutes, 39.1 minutes per game.
Do you mind?
And started all 66 games for the 2003-2004 Toronto Raptors. Like, this guy was getting Tibbs minutes, man.
so
So he
Chris
wasn't a-
Bosh was playing behind this guy
Yeah.
They trade
As a
Vince that
rookie.
year.
as a rookie.
Do they trade Vince?
So
They
we
trade
have
Vince.
to.
Was this the year Vince got traded? I think.
Or is that the year after?
No, that's the year
He might
after.
have-
So he
Vince got
crosses
traded in
over
04.
with Vince.
Yeah,
played with Vince?
He was
He played with
Vince's
Vince.
teammate.
He played with Vince.
He
yeah.
starts on a team with Vince.
yeah.
He does. Yep. He joins the Raptors as a 30-year-old in 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
How are we
I
not
guess he's a
getting this?
forgettable.
He's
player.
not going to be forgettable when I tell you guys a special hint.
Yeah, no
No
special.
special hint.
Okay, Minnesota. Did he play for Minnesota or did he get traded
He
immediately?
played like half a season in Minnesota and then got traded.
Then he went to Golden State.
Yeah, he got traded for.
so he's
maybe
not
I'll give you
bum.
the details of that trade. How about that? That might spark the memory a little bit.
Yeah.
He was traded from Minnesota to Golden State for Tom Gugliotta. Does not help. All right, it's not sparking joy. Oh, see, you guys struggle like this is amazing.
Yeah, this is fun.
No, this.
You guys just
So
struggle.
he's not a bum on the Raptors.
Yeah.
He's a starter. Big
Oh,
man.
he was traded to Toronto. Sorry, my bad. He was traded to Toronto. But I mean, I don't know if this helps.
From Golden
where?
State.
From Chicago.
From Chicago. What?
Tyrone Corbin.
Oh my God, that's amazing. But no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's not.
Way off.
Yeah.
All right, Alex.
now I have
you
a
got
free
one
guess.
free guess.
This doesn't make
There's
sense.
literally no one coming to mind right now.
No one's coming to mind. We can open it back up if you want, man.
Let's open it back up.
Okay, you guys just start tossing me random guesses, man. No wrong guesses.
No, I legit
No
don't
wrong
have
guesses.
a guess.
Also, shouts to Ty Corbin, one-time Raptor.
if anything,
Yeah.
it's
successor to,
if anything, it's worse that you told me like center power forward because I'm not zeroed in on
Really?
that. I can't think of
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah.
Like I can't think of anybody.
Can I give you the more details of that trade? He got traded here to
yeah.
Toronto with Jalen Rose.
Lonnie Baxter.
Nope, that's the other player in the trade. These are
Lonnie
so
Baxter
obscure.
did not have. Was
I'm
not
telling
drafted for.
You guys are.
I'm
I
just-
mean,
Who's
you guys are kicking yourselves now.
an old big man comes to Toronto
Yes,
and plays all these minutes?
it sounds like a movie synopsis, man.
No, but how do we not know him if he's a starter?
Hold on.
It was an AD trade. It was the Antonio Davis trade. He goes to Chicago. We get this guy back. Along with Jalen Rose. Obviously, the trade was for Jalen Rose, but
Right.
this guy actually played a big role for the Raptors.
What?
Also, we traded JYD. Damn, we traded the heart of our team.
Guys, I'm going to just help out a little bit here. I would say he classifies more as a small forward, power forward. If it's the person that we have here,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is the person you have here.
Small forward, power forward.
But he's a big. Like he's not like
He
it's not like Harrison Barnes is like a small forward, power forward.
Can we do the trade just one more time?
The trade is
Yeah.
traded by the Chicago Bulls on December 1st, 2003. Alongst this player with Lonnie Baxter and Jalen Rose joined the Toronto Raptors in exchange for Antonio Davis, Chris Jeffries, and Jerome Williams. Who am I? Who is this player?
Oh, yo, Daniel Marshall?
Yes.
No.
Oh my God, man.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't believe this. This is the easiest one on the list.
Oh, I think we both overthought that one.
The special hint
Daniel
was
Marshall.
he shared a record with Kobe. Yeah.
12
Yeah, that would have
Twelve
given it
threes.
away.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
I guess
Okay,
he's
I feel
pretty
like not-
forgettable.
UConn. Yeah, he's
Neither
Somehow very forgettable.
neither of you guys getting points for that because that took way too long.
No, that's fine.
No
That's
one
fine.
took.
That's fine.
All right.
Sorry about
We got this is the last one. This player was drafted 14th overall in the 2004 NBA draft. 14th overall in the 2004 NBA draft. Drafted to Utah. Wow, there's a lot of Utah Jazz players on
Yeah.
this list. Utah drafted him as a 19-year-old in 2004. He played 2 seasons for the Utah Jazz, then joined the Toronto Raptors 2006-2007, played in Toronto for 3 years until 2009, then goes to Dallas, plays 3 years in New Jersey, then Boston, Washington, Phoenix, Atlanta. I mean, I don't even remember he played for Atlanta or Phoenix or Washington, basically. But basically, I would focus on Toronto, Utah, New Jersey Nets.
So he starts in Utah.
Starts in Utah, 14th overall pick, plays 67 games for the Utah Jazz as a rookie, then 62 the following year as a sophomore, then gets traded to Toronto in 2006, 2007, and stays in Toronto for 3 years.
And then he goes to...
Dallas and then New Jersey Nets. I don't remember him as a Dallas Maverick at all.
Dallas, New Jersey.
He actually played quite a bit for the New Jersey Nets.
That's like a Devin Harris combo, man.
Yeah.
And
You guys-
Utah, too.
I-
do you guys want position? Tas, you still have a race card to play as well. If you need. It's okay.
Yeah, don't leave the race card on the table.
Yeah, come on, man. You don't want to just you can't take those home with you.
No, yeah.
You can't use that later on. And,
No,
yeah.
don't do that in Atlanta. Yeah, I'll play the race card. Sure.
Okay, this player, I'm pretty sure he's white.
Well, you can. How can you, as the
He's a little racially vague, man.
racially vague?
But I think he's white.
Let me work with that.
Let me just double check.
You said
Utah.
The teams, I'm sorry.
Oh, he's actually half African American from his father, but he's kind of like a Isaiah Hartenstein, if you imagine that. You know, yeah. Sorry, this is starting to get real dangerous.
Fly through the teams: Utah, Toronto.
Yeah, and then it's like a half year in Dallas, but then spends a long time with the New Jersey Nets, and like bad New Jersey Nets teams because he starts for this team and he's not a really good player.
And then that was it.
And then he kind of crashes out a little bit. He goes to a couple different. He bounces Washington, Phoenix, Atlanta afterwards.
Utah.
I'm taking is Chris Humphries?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is Chris Humphries.
Damn,
which I did not know that he was half black. Wow, that's amazing.
That's a good pull.
Genetics are crazy, man. Yeah, Chris Humphries. The special him was also gonna give it away, man. One of the most famous marriages of all time. Involving the Toronto Raptors.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Chris Humphries.
Great swimmer. He was a better swimmer than Michael Phelps.
Wow. Okay.
That's when he was 14 or something like that.
All right. Yep. Can I guess I can give you one last one if you guys want a bonus, or we can call this a draw right now because it kind of is. Well, actually, technically, Alex is leading 3-2.
Yeah. Let's do a bonus for fun.
Let's do a little bonus. Yeah. Winner take all.
Bonus for fun.
We have time. We're just gonna do this all day. We actually could do this all day. Okay, I have two. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna pick the other one because I was gonna give you was Haywood Workman.
Oh,
I might have gone up. What, Pacers, Raptors?
NBA referee Haywood Workman.
Yeah, that was the hint. Is that he's a ref now. Okay, good. Now maybe shouldn't have given that to you. Okay, this player was the 13th overall pick in the 2004 NBA draft.
You just gave us back-to-back.
So drafted right before Chris Humphries.
Yeah. Okay, this guy was picked right before Chris Humphries. All right. He went to the Portland Trail Blazers in 2004, 2005, spends 2 seasons in Portland, then goes to Boston for 1 year, then goes to Minnesota for 2 years.
Oh.
Sebastian Telfair.
It is Sebastian Telfair. Bassie Telfair. That's a little too easy. Damn, I should have actually thrown Haywood Workman at you.
Workman might have been tough, yeah.
All right, well, this is a riveting game. We have officially decided.
It'll look great in post-edits.
Jerome, you have joined. You have joined. Hello and welcome. We have officially acquired your full rights as a human being and as a producer, most importantly.
What have I been doing for the last couple of months then?
No, I mean, come on, man. It's different.
Guys, let's also take this. Let's take this offline.
We settled this before. We've decided that, this is fun. Honestly, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, thank you, Tas, for inviting us to the Classic Factory and spending time with us going down memory lane with the Raptors. It's always great doing this, man.
Even though that draft, I'm not sure how this gets edited, was long. I honestly thought the whole show was going to be even longer, just reminiscing. So
we could do this all day.
It.
No, but as on a note of sincerity, I was going to say this tomorrow as well on No Dunks. But I think for me in particular, like growing up listening to podcasts, and I always gravitated towards your show and the show that you've created, the people that you brought in, the universe that you guys have engendered, the way you've been able to lead with personality and all of that, like it was really groundbreaking for a young podcaster like me, even though we're not that different in age. But
that's why you thought I was 600 years old. And so I brought up the number 4 pick in 1994. You remember that?
He was a 30-year-old in 2005, like you were. And
no, but you guys lead your show with personality, and
exactly.
I'm sure you've heard fans say this before, but I love your banter pod. People say that.
That's a real fan. That's a real fan.
Yeah, but that's what people.
No, Tas has messaged me about the banter.
You got
pod.
ins and outs, man.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't try to start a new pod again.
We've done 6 pods in the span of the hour here. But seriously, thank you so much.
No, thank you. Like echo what Will said too. I think you can see bits and pieces of like No Dunks and like the influence of you guys like across anybody who like does this today.
Yeah.
So
that's very kind.
Toronto to the world. So appreciate everyone for listening. And this has been the Hello and Welcome podcast for myself, for our guest Tas, for Alex. We'll catch you next time on the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway. Peace.